I mean, I don't usually say it out loud, but why does no one ever choose me? I mean, never do. I feel like nobody chooses me first. I mean, I feel like I watch everybody around me, like, find their people, but like nobody really chooses me. And I feel like it sucks, but like you watch people find their person and like their people around them, and you start like wondering about yourself, like why do you why do I feel overlooked? And I just don't know what to do. And I just feel like I just want someone to choose me. I mean, the question hurts. It doesn't feel dramatic. It just feels like personal. Like I just really wanted someone to like pick me first. I just like it's not about like wanting to matter. It's just like I just like want to be prioritized. Like I just want someone to like yeah, I want to bring him along. Just, but nobody really does that. And it's kind of annoying. Like seeing your friends like not really care about you. But I mean, I just feel like I don't want to ask people to like hang out first. Like why can't people ask me to hang out first, you know? And I feel like it's like the desire is like human. It doesn't mean you're like weak. It just like you just kind of care about a connection, I guess. You just like I'm basically just like a backup. It feels like they people like enjoy my presence. They just like don't really commit to it, you know. At least that's what it feels like to me. Um, being the backup, it's like you're not really like you're everybody's like second choice. Like I don't know what I ever did wrong. Like people enjoy my presence. They just don't really want to commit to it. It feels after a while it stops feeling like a coincidence and starts feeling like something is just wrong with me. And it sucks, but um being chosen often has very little to do with worth. It has more to do with like timing, with like availability, with how ready else is to show up. I mean, people choose what's familiar and what's easy, so it doesn't really what doesn't really like require them to grow. Sometimes you just don't get chosen, but because you would require more honesty, they because you would require more honesty than they're ready for. But I mean, some people avoid death because it forces them to like face themselves. And if you want to bring presence, awareness, or emotional clarity into a space that can be uncomfortable for people who are still hiding, They don't reject you because you're too much. They drift because you're like real. There are people who choose you though in like quiet ways. They uh, they come to you for understanding, for like comfort and like grounding. They don't choose you publicly. They don't choose you like consistently, but they don't choose you when it costs them something. It just kind of sucks. It hurts because partial choosing feels worse than no choosing at all. Like when people like talk about like all the times they had like right in front of you, kind of sucks. But it's you just laugh and go along with it, and yeah, if it's kind of difficult when they do that, but you go along with it, and you think for like if you were easier, they'd stay. If I was more exciting, they would choose me, but um, they just they just they just don't choose. If you were different, and like if you were different, why would they choose me? And over time, you start turning other people's inability into your identity. But I mean, other people's emotional limits are not a measurement of your value as a person. So you have to keep reminding yourself. They're they're a reflection of like where they stop. Somewhere along the way, you're gonna learn like that love has to be earned. You're not just gonna gain it just cause they show up more. You're gonna give more. You stay longer than you should, but and you're like hopeful that someone will choose you. And when they don't, kind of it's kind of sad because at the end of the day, you really just want someone to like you just want someone to choose you first, and it's unfortunate when no one does, but and you feel alone. But feeling alone isn't horrible. I wouldn't say, and I feel like that even though you're not chosen first, people like doesn't mean they like don't enjoy your presence. It's just like it's just they want an easier option, and self-aware people often feel like they're chosen last, but because awareness slows you down. I mean, awareness makes you feel like cautious. You don't just like connect to connect. You want to feel like something real. I mean, when it still doesn't work out, the rejection cuts deeper, and but you tried like hard to like have someone choose you, and the part that's hard to hear but true, when you don't feel chosen, you start to abandon yourself. Um, you settle. You like overextend, and you start accepting like less than you deserve, and that teaches people how to treat you. I feel like choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's corrective. And I feel like there's only people who would choose versions of me that like stay small. Cause like when you grow, when you need more honesty, more depth, and more like effort, the people feel like they just disappear. But sometimes you just don't get chosen because you're ahead of everybody in the room. Because they're just scared of you. They don't. They see what they see. They see you and they're like, are envious of you. That's why they don't hang around you. But one day, I feel like somebody will choose me without hesitation. Not because I convinced them, but like because you're gonna prove yourself. Um, but alignment feels obvious. Um, and in that moment, you realize this wasn't about being unwanted. It's just like waiting for someone capable of choosing you fully. So why does no one choose me? I feel like the better question is like, why are you so willing to choose yourself even after all the times you felt overlooked? And the one day that you are chosen, it's gonna feel like a miracle. It's gonna feel like recognition almost. Yeah.